Hello guys. Today we've got 1437 here from Cloud9 to talk a little bit about these 6.85 patch changes that just came out. I know everybody's been talking about them a lot, getting to play around with it in pubs. So, first off, hi, how's it going?
Good. I'm in my Pika Pika hat to celebrate 6.85 patch.
All right, here we have Weppas, going to talk a little bit about the 6.85 patch. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Just finished the PGL Pro-Am, so a bit tired, but time for this at least.
Tell me, what's your favorite thing from the patch notes?
I like the Slaughter changes, just because I think he's a very undervalued offlaner, and I think now with the face he works really well. But you can go like Tranquil Boots into Blink, and it's actually really good because you get like 522 movement speed very early. So I really like those changes. But in general, I like some of the nerfs, like Leshek, for example. It doesn't make the hero worthless. It's still really good, but it's like needed nerfs for sure. So,
my favorite thing is that all the ridiculous first-picked heroes in pubs and matches have gotten significant nerfs.
So those first pick heroes that are getting knocked down a tier, they're still viable. What way are they going to fit in? So how will their roles change to fit into the new patch?
Most of these heroes are like gonna become niche picks. It's not something that you can just take in any sort of lineup.
I feel like most of the heroes will still fit in. I mean, we were doing some PGL Pro-Am today, and I think we had Lina in every game. So Lina is definitely still a really strong hero. Most people are playing it as a support now, though, which is more the role that you used to see Lina in. I think Lesh is definitely still like viable as a first pick, second pick, like first pick, first ban.
Yeah.
I think as soon as people kind of learn how to play more around Lesh, then it will be like people will play it less at least. Storm, I think most people only would play if they're good Storm players. So like people that are just kind of like pub stumpers won't really play Storm much because they're gonna run out of mana instantly. So I think you need to be a very good Storm player to be able to still handle that hero really well. But I think they'll still have a spot in the meta, and I don't think they'll disappear at all, honestly.
Right now, when teams lose racks, it seems like they almost always lose. I have a stat here that if you take a set of racks by the 30-minute mark, you have almost a 90% chance of winning. Do you think any of these changes will change that comeback mechanic? I know.
Not really. I think it might depend on certain heroes getting picked up in the patch more. Like in the PGL, we saw a few Tinies being picked up because of the change where you don't actually need any stat items to be able to combo on level 2, which makes him an insanely strong laner all of a sudden. So I don't think it's going to be like mass amount until people start picking different heroes in the patch, but nothing in the patch really stands out.
Actually, I think this version is going to be even harder to actually come back from taking Raxus.
What do you think the style of play is going to be in this patch?
A lot of the heroes that were nerfed, like Lina, Lesh, and Storm, were really good heroes to defend high ground and towers overall. So in the beginning, I think we're going to see a lot of push-oriented metagame.
I think we might see some more fighting in general because of certain carries that might be picked. I think it's more like what type of mindset you go into the game with. Like, are we going to push this game? Are we going to fight this game? Are we going to win by out-farming them, So I think it's more about that than anything. And I think it's been like that at least the last 2 or 3 patches, which is very good because that gives us a lot of different heroes that you see.
All right. Does it seem like any heroes were left out?
I think that Elder Titan might be overlooked, and some of the other heroes like Puck, I think is like niche more, and I think Death Prophet and Lone Druid are also more niche. Void, I honestly don't know really. Like it's such a weird pick right now.
I feel like Timbersaw probably could have been buffed a bit more. That hero is like last version. I thought that hero was probably like the worst hero in the game, and they only reduced the cooldown on Whirling Death a little bit. Void, I thought was another hero that I would like to see more. It's still usable and all, but it could have gotten a bigger buff as well.
Who is the new Cancer?
I think Spectre is a big one. His farm potential became better, and his late game potential is even stronger than it already was. There's one, I think Doom is also another hero who's really, easy to sort of play and just became a big powerhouse.
The new Leshrac in pubs. I mean, I honestly think people can still play Leshrac in pubs. I think for offlane players like me, for example, I'm going to start playing Zara more because I think it's actually really good in the offlane.
What heroes do you think will be good against those heroes now that they're stronger?
I think Oracle could be really, really annoying for people. For people, for the supports that know how to play Oracle, they're going to cause so much trouble in pubs that people are going to hate it. So I think Oracle is going to be the biggest problem for people. Like support players that are looking to find something that is going to be really good, then start playing Oracle, learn Oracle. Like you're going to be the savior of your games.
So how do I kill Spectre?
Early game aggression is very good. Make sure you tilt them into losing the game.
So are there any teams right now that are going to be particularly suited to this patch? Sometimes we see some teams struggle when changes happen, and some teams just do really, really well. So anybody you think is going to be really strong in this patch?
I think the team that practices the most in the new version, plus the team that actually plays together with each other and has the most team synergy, will always come out on top in new patches. So I think in NA scene, Complexity has a really high potential to be a good team in this version, especially.
I think EG is going to be, we still haven't seen them play, I believe. But I think that they'll probably do pretty okay because they have a very versatile hero pool overall throughout their players. I think Secret could do pretty well as well. Mainly because all of their players play a lot of pubs. So they'll learn the patch very fast.
I know you've been observing the PGL tournament. Now, I know Reborn has a few minor map changes. Have you seen that change playstyles at all, or ganking rotations or anything like that?
Someone's going to come up with something. But yet, I haven't seen anything yet.
Do you think any heroes have very, very minor changes that affect them in a large way?
I think Magnus is actually one of the bigger ones, especially with people starting to pick most likely like Lifestealers, Tiny, even like Lone Druid, Spectre, and put AM in there as well. Having 8-second cooldown on your Empower is actually quite big because you're going to be able to cast more Empowers. And the Night Stalker's base health regen is also pretty good, being able to stay being a proper offlaner with boots first.
I think Alchemist, so you're starting off with 500 more gold than all other heroes, and you have 100 XP, so you're going to eventually get level 2 very fast.
What's your favorite buff?
I really like the Ogre buff, I think.
Offline player, definitely Slaughter buff. It's really nice. I like it. The Sand King buff is also pretty good. It's very enjoyable. Favorite nerf? I mean, I would probably say Leshrac because it's a very well done nerf.
And how about your least favorite buff and nerf?
I don't like that golems can't be purged anymore.
So what was your favorite nerf then? Who are you like, yes, that hero's dead?
Techies, by far.
You really think Techies is dead?
Yes, I think Techies is an absolutely terrible hero. Even if it's not a terrible hero, I will say it's a terrible hero so people will stop playing it.
And you guys pick it on Cloud9 too.
Well, you do what you need to win. Playing against Techies in every pub was not fun. At least in Captain's mode and in matches, you can ban out Techies. You go into a pub and just got some asshole picking Techies. Then what do you do?
Yeah, thanks so much for doing this. I think it'll be really good.
No problem.
Shoutouts to my sponsors at Cloud9. They've been supporting us quite well, and special shoutouts to our fans.
Thank you, and hopefully enjoy the lack of Techies in the future.